And when it was reborn, nobody...
What unfolded inside Hot Yoga Tallahassee would shake an entire community and expose the dark consequences of hate left to fester unseen. On November 2nd, 2018, in Tallahassee, Florida, 40-year-old Scott Beierle entered a yoga studio on the second floor of a shopping plaza. Within just 6 minutes, 2 women were dead, 5 others wounded, and the gunman himself was dead by suicide. It seemed senseless until investigators and journalists began to peel back the layers. What they discovered was not random. It was the result of years of anger, rejection, and obsession that spiraled into hatred. In today's video, we're examining the story behind the 2018 Tallahassee yoga studio shooting, who the killer was, the warning signs ignored, and the lives forever changed. This is Blacklight Crimes, where we shed light on stories that hide in the shadows, from chilling true crimes to quiet tragedies that demand understanding. It was a Friday evening, just after 5:30 p.m. The Hot Yoga Tallahassee studio sat above a small row of shops on Thomasville Road, a peaceful place where regulars came to breathe and unwind. Inside, a class had just begun. The lights were low, the air warm. Then at 5:37 p.m., the peace shattered. A man walked in carrying a black gym bag. Without a word, he pulled out a 9mm handgun and opened fire. Witnesses described chaos, screams, confusion, the sharp sound of bullets ricocheting off the walls. Some students hid behind yoga blocks, others ran for the door. Among the victims were Dr. Nancy Van Vessem, a respected physician and professor, and Maura Binkley, a 21-year-old Florida State University student known for her kindness and intelligence. Both were killed almost instantly. Police arrived within minutes. The plaza was locked down as officers cleared nearby businesses and questioned witnesses. The gunman was quickly identified as Scott Beierle, a 40-year-old man from Deltona, Florida. He had no known link to the victims or the studio, but investigators soon learned this was not his first encounter with the law. Beierle had a disturbing history. A former Army veteran and substitute teacher, he had been arrested multiple times for groping women. Charges were often dropped, leaving him free to reoffend. Behind closed doors, he harbored deep resentment toward women. Online, he left a trail of hateful videos and posts, echoing the language of the incel community, a group built around misogyny and blame. In one video, he even referenced Elliot Rodger, the perpetrator of the 2014 Isla Vista killings in California, expressing sympathy for his actions. To him, women were the enemy. Investigators believe his attack on the yoga studio wasn't random at all. It was the culmination of his warped ideology, a planned act of revenge against the women he believed had wronged him, carried out in a space devoted to empowerment and healing. His hatred reached its final, violent peak that November evening. Inside the studio, meant for calm and renewal, he tried to destroy what he could never understand: peace, belonging, and strength. But even in tragedy, he failed to erase their light. The victims are remembered not for how they died, but for how they lived, with kindness, purpose, and grace. Their legacy stands as a quiet defiance against the darkness that sought to silence it. In the aftermath, Tallahassee grieved deeply. Vigils filled the streets, candles glowing in the night as hundreds came together to honor Nancy and Maura. Out of heartbreak came purpose. Their families founded the Maura's Voice Foundation, dedicated to researching hate-based violence and preventing future tragedies. Authorities later confirmed Beierle acted alone. He had scouted the studio days before, booked a nearby hotel, and purchased his firearm legally despite his record. Investigators found more writings expressing violent fantasies. He saw his actions as retribution, a final statement of his twisted beliefs. Experts say his path mirrors others driven by misogynistic extremism, isolation, frustration, online radicalization, and ultimately violence. It's a pattern seen before, one that calls for earlier intervention and awareness before hate turns lethal. The yoga community rebuilt too. The studio reopened in a new space, brighter and more open, with a plaque honoring those lost. It stands as both memorial and message that compassion can rise again, even from tragedy. The Tallahassee Yoga Studio shooting remains a painful reminder of how ideology can twist loneliness into cruelty. Yet through remembrance and reform, peace endures. 2 lives were stolen that night, but their light continues to guide others toward understanding and change. This is Blacklight Crimes, where we bring truth out of the shadows,